Yo, what up? It's Dare Fox with another one back in the building. Let's talk about it. We got a new update, 2.5.4. Let's bring it up. Here we go. We got 2.5.4, one new endless sword, one new collect star event, one new sword, speed up upgrade. The overall speed has increased by 40%.
Yeah, boy.
We'll get into that here a little bit later on. Fix the bug in purchasing Dragon of the Northwind. I guess, why would you get that now? But maybe you're trying to get the ornament. Anyways, all that set aside, let's go ahead and go through some of these things, and then we'll get into the crux of this update. Well, on my end, mainly the crux of the update for a majority of you guys is going to be the new endless sword. However, for me, it's going to be the speed change.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
So Star Collect already went on and did my thing. I just saved the last one so we can see the sword real quick. Okay, so right now I've been rocking the, which I kind of like. Rocking the one that came out in the event from last week, but let me go ahead and let's do the thing.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Let's check this one out. Okay, drippy, drippy, drippy. All right, let's see. Yeah, so Star Collect event filler.
Daiquiris.
No need to go over that. Let's go ahead and go look at the new endless sword. So we see the Chaos Blade here. Does, what is this? Over 25 million.
Nice.
I'm just only gonna get one. If you want to see like a 4-star of this, go watch DC's video.
I just told you not to touch the totems.
He put it out this morning. He 4-starred it. I'm not wasting my gems on that. I'm not. The endless one's always gonna be higher than any of these in World 12. So take that for what you want. It is what it is.
It is what it is. It is what it is.
Anywho, let's go ahead and get into the speed. Let's go ahead and talk about it. I'm just gonna make a little run in endless while I'll yip the yap real quick. Basically, it's gonna be a short video. It's not gonna be too long, hopefully.
Stop the cap.
So, I don't really know how to feel about this, but last week when we had the speed reduced drastically, I was definitely not the happiest person on the planet. A lot of people weren't happy. Well, there was a lot of confusion. Of course, I was like fussing at the player base for like, man, why are you guys complaining about the speed, this and that and the third? And it just, for me, it made the gameplay so unbearable. So I just threw out a Hail Mary, an all-ditch effort, and I reached out to Claude. And I directly DM'd him. You see it right here. And the reason why I'm showcasing this is because, like, listen, there are times where, a lot of times, yes, it's coming off as me complaining, getting on the case about like the gameplay, the mechanics, this and that third. However, I do want to show praise to the devs and the mods as well. When, to me, a compromise is met or something good that's happened. And so, I want to give definitely a big shout out to Claude and the devs for like actually making this better. Now, it's not where it used to be, but again, that's how like relationships are in general. That's how life is. If you're able to meet in the middle and there's some compromise, for me, it's a win.
A win is a win. A win is a win. I don't care what y'all say. A win is a win.
Now, DC might disagree with me on there because, he stated in his video,
I just said.
it wasn't broke, don't fix it. And you know what? Barbie feels like that too. But again, we're moving a lot faster than we were. I'm cool with it. I'm cool with this. I'm happy with this. So shout out to the devs for real, for bringing some speed back and just making it bearable. Because prior to that, to me, in my personal opinion, the gameplay was trash. And I was just ready to quit because it was just too slow for my opinion. So you can see right here in this direct DM, I threw it out to Claude. And I said, Claude, hope all is well. I'll reach out to you to actually please do something about the speed, basically saying, hey, the reduction, I think it went too far in one direction. Just sincerely ask you to do something about it. For me, it's unplayable. Claude actually got back to me. He explained why the reduction of speed was occurring in order to get ready for a curse mode in October. At the same time, lower the speed of the monsters. However, think it's too fast or you think this is a problem, in your opinion, tell me where you think it should be. Add examples, give me numbers, which I did. It's following screenshot. I laid it all out for him. I said right now, hey, I'm at 513, which is 25.8. If I take profit off with profit, it reduces down to 24.8. I mean, 3 points to just go up 0.2 was crazy to me. I said before the change, my speed was at 95. If it's all possible, anywhere between 45, 50 total speed, meaning if, I'll go show you here, this part, what it says 47.7, anywhere between, like I said, 45, 50, I'm good with. I think that's a good balance, in my opinion. So I laid it all out for him. He said, thank you for your feedback. We'll discuss it on Monday, report with you the results. And so then I get a text from my boy Texie. Shout out to my boy Texie, man. I get a text from Texie. We have each other's personal numbers. And, he just laid it all out there. He's like, hey, man, after you DM Claude, he asked the mods about, he asked them about the speed changes. So they said, the change, they're going to make a change. Claude went to the devs, talked about the change. He reached out to the mods, asked, acquire information and feedback about it. Texas said probably anywhere between 40 and 50. I said, hey, it's a good compromise. I'll take it. To me, it's a W. It's a W. Wade Buck's still going on at the time. I think they might have hammered that out, according to Zao Zama. And I said, okay, awesome. It's middle point. And also, I would like to bring this up because if Texas don't bring this up, I will. For all you players that have like a Roblox avatar that's like huge, you know, I know like one time we did like the banana thing, or you're doing like a penguin, something big like that, it will cause some speed issues. So you got to keep that in mind. If you guys have that issue, check your avatar as well. Zao Zama here, you know, he's over here like, hey man, you got the juice, man. Like, hey, you know, he asked us for so much feedback. So, I mean, it makes me feel like honored and weird at the same time because they guys like, hey, well, we might want to come to you now about all this stuff because it seemed like you had the pool, and I was just throwing up a Hail Mary. I really was, so I didn't realize like it was gonna take off, you know. And I don't think there's like any disrespect to Claude or anything, but he just said he asked us for a lot of feedback, so Zao Sama's crazy. But yeah, you know, I don't want the mods feeling any type of way or anything because they are important, and of course, like a lot of times I don't agree with some of the things they're saying. That's fine. I understand they're in a position. To me, I have to keep in mind too, and I always say this, like they might be privy to more information that we have. That's the player base. And you gotta keep in mind, like, they're not devs either, but obviously they communicate directly with the devs, or Claude, I should say, as a liaison. And all this is, you have the whole community as a whole, just the player base, the mods, and you gotta keep in mind too, the mods at the end of the day, they're just players. They're just moderating everything in terms of like their Discord server, make sure it's smooth sailing. It's a lot on them as well. Doesn't mean like if I got a problem, I'm definitely gonna say something to them, and I'm a fuss, and I can be a pain in the butt about it. But you know, I never say anything bad about any mods. I never say anything. I don't say the dev. I mean, I guess you can't see it as bad. Like, hey man, what you guys doing? This, that, third. Like, why are you doing all this? Why are you doing all of that? But it's only because out of the love of the game. Clearly, that's where I'm at with it. Of course, we're at this map, and like
I just told you not to touch the totems.
Still a piece of garbage.
You know, this map too, and like the whole speed thing, that was a problem with this map because like I'm like backing out at 152 because it's so hard to get to the totem if you like soloing by yourself. So that's why I'm like, yo, we need some type of speed, please. But be that as it may, I appreciate everyone. Not everyone shares my opinion. Not everyone feels the type of way I feel. I don't really control anyone, and I respect all opinions. I just want to make sure, hey, if we have an opinion, do we have the information at hand? Or do you have the information at hand? Let's communicate, let's figure this, let's hammer it out. And we can just, at the end of the day, agree to disagree. And I'm cool with that. But I'm not gonna call anyone out their name or anything like that. I'm not gonna do anything crazy like that. But that's all this video is about. Obviously, minor update, but I'm sure everyone's like, oh, I don't know what the level is to get the sword, by the way, for Endless. I don't know if it's 175. It's probably the same level to get 4X, so maybe that's been an uproar lately. I have not had anyone come at me yet, so we'll see. But yeah, just small little update. There's an opinion where, because I spent so much money in the game and I have influence, I mean, realistically, a lot of times money does talk in the real world. Idealistically, in my opinion, how I view the world is like, you know, we all play a part. The player base, the mods, the devs. It's up to everyone to pull their weight and try to like enforce changes and try to get things going. You can do it! And just try to, you know, find some common ground. Not everyone's going to agree. Not everyone's going to come together at times, but you got to make the effort. That's what's important. You have to try it. You have to take the shot. Anyways, it's Derek Fox. Enough ranting. Enough yapping. Appreciate you guys. If you like the type of content, like to subscribe. Hopefully I'll try to stream again soon. I know DC, he's been holding it down on the streaming. He's been streaming hardcore. I just haven't, like, between work and the kids. My son's birthday's coming up. It's just been kind of crazy. You know how I am. You know I'll pop out when I can. So appreciate you guys. Love you. Talk to you soon.